Hey there, Dr. Crypto here with another crypto update. So, before I start, I hope everybody's having a great day, great week, wherever you are in the world. So, I basically just want to cover, what have we got to look forward to for the rest of this week? And also, can we get CRO to a 20x? Is it possible? So, without further ado, give us a thumbs up, give us a subscribe, and let's get into what we've got coming up this week. So, this might be the most important week in crypto in 2023. There are three major events which could shape the market either way. So basically, I'm just going to give a simple explanation of all these three events and what we, as investors, must look out for. So, we know this week we have the Federal Reserve meeting, and that is basically coming up on Wednesday. So we also know this week we've got the tech earnings, and towards the end of the week we've got the US jobs report. So the FOMC meeting is going to be on the Wednesday, roughly 7 o'clock UTC time. Tech earnings, 2nd of the 2nd, which is a Thursday, 9 o'clock UTC. US jobs report, is the 3rd of the 3rd, which is on a Friday, which will be around about 1:30 UTC time. So let's start with that beautiful, notorious Federal Reserve meeting. So this Wednesday is the Fed will announce their interest rate decision. As inflation starts to come down, the market expects around about a 25% rate hike. And this is around about, as you can see on the chart here, is around about 99.1% chance. But don't forget, the markets can have shocks. They expect that and it could go the other way. But anyway, but that is not the interesting part. So, since the 0.25% hike is almost certain, like I said, it's only a certain, it's not 100%. The important part is Powell's speech. That's what changes the markets. So, if his tone is dovish, meaning he says the Fed will pause the rate hikes or pivot, you can expect that to be bullish and potentially the markets to rally. Now, the bearish side of it is if his tone is hawkish, meaning he says, the Fed will keep hiking rates throughout 2023. I won't be expecting the markets to take a bit of a dump there. So, what are we expecting now on Thursday? So we get those all-important tech earnings. So on Thursday, the largest tech firms will basically report their earnings for Q4. So here are the firms that will report. So we've got Google, Apple, and Amazon. So far, with the exception of, if you can remember rightly, Tesla, the earnings for the tech companies have been pretty atrocious, pretty bad. But Tesla did really well, and that's hence why in crypto we got that bit of a rally. So for all these three companies coming up short on their expected earnings, their stocks will no doubt crumble, fall, crash, whatever. It'll do one of their twos. So since the crypto market is highly correlated with stocks, we could expect a rise or fall alongside the stocks. So what can we expect on Friday? US job reports. To understand this, let's first clarify that the US central bank, the Fed, has two goals: price stability, low inflation, maximum employment, and it's low employment. So, but there is a trade-off to this. Unemployment and inflation cannot be, low at the same time. Basically, there are only two possibilities: low inflation and high employment, high inflation and low unemployment. So the Fed has to find the proper balance between those two things. If Friday's jobs report says that the job market is tight, meaning job openings and job seekers, the market will obviously take a bit of a dip. So basically, I find this weird how a lot of employment is good for stocks and crypto. It's crazy. We want people. I know it sounds bad, and I really do feel for these people. But the markets do want to see people lose their jobs. And obviously that will see that the Fed are on track to what they want to do. So this week will certainly be one of the most important weeks in all of 2023. My opinion on that. Now, I will say this one thing for the FOMC meeting. If an influencer says they know what what Fed Powell's going to say, and they know if he's going to be hawkish or dovish, don't listen to that. And also, word of caution, trading, leverage trading, on the run up to the FOMC meeting. I mean, actually, say an hour before or something like that. My opinion is, do not trade. Do what you want, it's up to you. My personal opinion, I will not be trading. If I do ever trade, I will wait to see what happens, I don't know, a couple of hours after, sort of thing, after he's had his speech, when the market's sort of calmed down a little bit, it's digested of what he has said. So, like I said, he could be bullish, hawkish, dovish, whatever you want to call it. He could be one of those two. So, word of caution, just be careful this week. It is going to be, to the run-up to the FOMC, a pretty volatile week ahead. So, on that note, let's have a quick look at CRO. Can we do that 20x? So, looking at CRO on the coin market cap, so as you can see, market cap is slightly down. We're down by 2.68%. Fully market diluted cap down by 2.65%. The volume slightly down, 24.86%. But obviously Bitcoin has had that little bit of a pullback. So obviously alts will pull back always a little bit harder, But overall, we're still looking fairly healthy. We've had some really nice little gains, and, just looking at here, you get the odd bear, but, generally CRO is looking fairly bullish. The sentiment in the community is bullish, So, on that front, sentiment still is up there, still nice. People are still happy, and we're all positive because we've had some really nice gains, 30-40% gains at the moment, like with CRO, for example. But looking at the charts, this is basically looking on the daily. So on the daily, RSI, we are created a bullish divergence here, a hidden bullish divergence. So, as you can see, we're going up on the candlesticks and the RSI is slightly pointing down. So this is on the daily, so we have sort of slightly overextended in here. So we're not fully, we sort of overbought or anything like that. We're just in the middle of the road. And again, regarding the charts, this is going to be like this. A bit of slight moves up and down gradually all the way up to this FOMC meeting we've got. So it's going to be a lot of sideways charts with a little odd drops and the odd pickups. So, looking at this, we're sort of like, quite bullish at the moment, and that's on the daily, And if we look on the Lux Algo, which I use here, we're still on that buy signal. So like I said, we've got hidden bullish divergence. There's no change in terms of Lux Algo. Stock RSI is still there. So, on the daily, zooming out, we're still looking quite healthy. And also, we've still got that trend catcher there as well. We've caught the trend catcher, we've leveled off a little bit of a drop, but generally, the trend catcher's been caught again. So, obviously, like I said, FOMC meeting, if it ends up coming bullish, you can expect a nice move up. So as you can see here, we're sort of banging against this bit of resistance here, which is around about the 82 cents mark. So, but if we can sort of volume come in, and obviously good sentiment comes in from the FOMC meeting, I can't see the next resistance would be around about 10 cents, as you can see here. So we need to get that volume in, push up, and get to that 10 cents. So it's not like impossible. Obviously, all depends what's happening this week. So, and obviously Bitcoin as well. But at the moment, on the daily, we're looking bullish. So, let's have a quick check on see what in terms of can we do a 20x in the next bull run. So, as we have bear markets, we also have bull runs. So, can we do a 20x? Well, it's quite simple. This is on Coin Perspective. So basically what I've done here, I've gone and put Kronos, USD, and from where we are now to where BNB is. So if we could rally to what BNB is now, that would be a 20x. You know, if we sort of go to here and can we get to see, you know, ADA, for an example, if we go type in here ADA, you know, to where we are, Cardano, well, that's saying it's 568x. But for a BNB, it's a 20x. So that'd be roughly around about $1.66, with BNB's market cap of 41.9 billion. So yeah, it is possible, because it's like if you look at crypto.com, you know, and what they're building, and I've mentioned this in other videos, the DeFi wallet, the Kronos system, you know, the ecosystem's just growing all the time, and they'll keep building. And people were saying, like, you know, even with all the FUD that's happened and the little bit of a bank run that we happened, and people saying, well, you know, we've lost these perks for these certain cards, for the lower tier cards. But when that bull market, I'm pretty sure Chris and Crypto.com will be putting some more features into these debit cards, you know, because we've gone from like now 70 million and we're like 80 million plus holders, you know. So, and what it's created for the Kronos, for the DeFi, is over 1 million, you know. So their ecosystem is growing in the bear market. So what is it going to be like when we hit the bull market? And like I said, the bull market, if we were in the bull market now, could we do a 20x? Yes, we could. It could be quite easily done, you know, because when you see a lot of coins doing 100x's, you know, 1000x's on some of them, 20x is not unreachable for Crypto.com, because it's got a strong community and they are building. And, you know, and when they do building, you know, that gives me extra confidence. And also, that little bank run we had early last year, you know, they stood the test of time on that, which shows the resilience that they've got and the strong team that they've got. As soon as that CEO comes out and nails the FUD on the head, you know, and that's good leadership, means good quality projects, you know, if you've got a strong team ahead of you. So for me, can we hit that 20x? Of course we can. I don't, you know, and none of this is financial advice, because all we know with crypto, we could take some more big dips yet, but we could also keep moving up, you know. So it's the unknown. So always be cautious, and always do your due diligence as well, and risk management, and never put more money in you're willing to lose. That's my motto all the time. So anyway, without further ado, I hope this has been useful for you. And if, like I said, if you could give us a thumbs up, give us a subscribe, that'd be much appreciated. And we'll see you next in the next video.